Evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meaty69. Welcome back to another OP replay, and today we have a Sheridan that just literally kills everybody. He doesn't care, he just destroys everybody. So we are watching Slippy111 SSD, and he's on Black Goldville. So a lot of people on this map, either if they are, say, medium tanks, they usually go left. Heavy tanks sometimes go right, or they go left. Now, what people don't normally tend to do is go to the middle here. Here, if you're in a light tank, is an absolutely brilliant tank. Not only can you get a couple of early shots off, you can spot the team very, very quickly, and then your team can then determine where you're going to go. And as you can see, the whole enemy team, or the whole green team, have started going left, and it looks like so has the enemy team as well. And thanks to Slippy here, we already know that these guys are going this way. So they know they're going to run into some tanks, and he's already got a couple of early shots off. He has now been spotted, but he does have cover. Now, what we don't know yet is where all the team is. Is all the team come to this side, or have some gone to the other side? But what we do know is our guy Slippy is getting some very, very nice shots in. Now, the Sheridan is, I mean, it's a different tank to what it was with the missiles. Of course, with the missiles, I don't think the missiles were ever kind of overpowered. I do think that this tank is more overpowered now without the missiles. Yeah, a bit controversial, but I do think that the missiles wasn't needed in the game. Even though they wasn't OP, they were annoying, and they were able to do things that a tank should not be able to do. Whereas if a tank like, say, an E3 is hold down and you can't penetrate it, yeah, just shoot a missile over and you'll hit the roof of the tank, or you'll be able to shoot it behind. It could do things that a tank should not be able to do. But a lot of people could not guide the missiles. So now that these people that couldn't guide the missiles, they really only had the APCR and the HE available, because they couldn't use heat, because they couldn't use the missiles. So a lot of people, there was only a selected number of people that knew how to use the missiles and were very, very good at it. But the majority of the people could not use missiles, and now that they have got rid of missiles and they replaced it with standard heat, that will give the people that didn't know how to use the missiles an opportunity to actually be able to pen things a lot easier. So that's what I mean. The missiles, I don't think, were overpowered. They were annoying, and they were making things like hold down or armored tanks irrelevant, because it didn't matter, because you'd just be able to shoot a missile in the air and hit a roof of the tank. So very, very frustrating. So our guy Slippy here, he's gonna obviously focus this Death Star. Very nice high roll there. And the best thing about the Sheridan, now I've always said it, the best thing was never the missiles. It was never the missiles. For me, it was always the armor profile, especially when you're coming side on and someone shoots your side, because you've got a lot of spaced armor. And it's not even just spaced armor. You could shoot normal AP or APCR, and majority of the time it bounces, and it is very frustrating when you're in a big tank, say like an E100, you shoot a side of a Sheridan and it bounces. It is very, very, it is a very, very frustrating tank, but it is a good tank to play. It's a fun tank to play. There are a couple of light tanks out there that I would prefer in tier 10, but this is something completely different to them light tanks, and that's what I love about light tanks in tier 10, is most of them, the majority of them, are all different. And the Sheridan, of course, is a one of a kind in tier 10 for what it is. It's a light tank with a big gun. So 5.3 or now 5.8k damage, 5.9k damage. He's on 3 kills, and it is now a 1 versus 4. He's still full hit points. There is obviously 3 tanks that is all one shot, which is great. So he should just be able to shoot these guys in the face like he just did there with HE, and it still should be enough to clear the 3 tanks. So that is what this guy needs to do. Slippy needs to do that. He's just cleared the 100. He now needs to clear all the these one-shot tanks. And there goes the TVP to bring it now down to a 1 versus 2. He's on 5 kills, and even the E100 knows it. You win. Yes, we already know it. So just 2 tanks left to deal with. One of them is the VK, and one of them is the Kampfpanzer. And it's still 2 minutes left on the clock, so still plenty of time left on the clock with plenty of damage left as well. I love it in this kind of situation when you're a 1 versus 2. We know that one of them is a one-shot, and one of them is 900, I think 907, if I might be wrong, but around there. So 3 shots is all it's going to take. But now the time has started to run down. He's only got a minute and a half to deal to at least 3 shots. And of course, with 13 seconds, that is almost a minute with 3 shots. So well, I say almost a minute. It's just over half a minute really. But he needs to find them. But luckily, the E100 is actually telling him where his teammates are. Now, I don't know why they do that, you know. I know they're frustrated, but if you just, even if the E100 was to say they're at the caves, this Sheridan would have probably gone to the caves. That would have wasted a little bit more time. So I don't know why people have to do this. Yes, he's not happy, blah, blah, blah. His team wasn't great. But with just 1 minute left on the clock, why tell him where your team is? You know, you don't need to. You did not need to at all, because now with 50 seconds left on the clock, he's just got 2 shots left to do. Obviously, the Kampfpanzer is just a 1-shot with HE, and he is the VK is a 1-shot, but he does have to aim for that, and he does do that. Now, with 1100 hit points, 36 seconds left on the clock, he could just load up the HE and go forward. Now, he has to be very careful, because if he does miss, or if he low rolls, then yeah, that will be game over for him almost. But very, very good win. Just over 7,000 damage done in a Sheridan. Nice Kolobanov, a 1 versus 4 Kolobanov, and of course he gets the Rozani medal. So well played, Slippy, and thank you for sending this replay in. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy69. If you get a replay like this, do send it to me, because I am going to do more of these where I'm just showing one replay at a night time, just to, why not, because I don't really show too many replays at the moment, and just to keep the views coming in, I do need to put out more videos. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.